How we doing? I am your host, Robert T. Gardner Jr., also known as Dr. Rob. Welcome to Station BOB, and let me tell you a little about thee. I am a kid from a Harlem hood who turned out good. I got educated like I should. Now I know how to help you grow to become the best of your being in life, love, and work. With that said, I am here to provide you with some clarity associated with the perplexity of the challenges in your life, love, and work. So, without further ado, let's get down on it. Enjoy the show. Yes, how we're doing once again, my friend. Welcome to Station BOB, where you listen to learn how to become the best of your being in life, love, and work. And of course, I am your host, Dr. Rob. How we doing? I'm feeling good as usual, looking good, filled with joy and enthusiasm to bring you yet another podcast. And today is the special podcast, the Amanda and Dr. Rob Debate Gate. Amanda, say hello.
Hello, gens and gents.
All right, Amanda is in the building, and you know what that means. What does that mean, Amanda?
Debate Gate is on.
Debate Gate is on. However, we have a topic today. The topic is, can a good person turn bad? And can a bad person turn good? And Amanda and I was discussing that, that might be hard to debate about who's right or wrong.
Right.
But we think it'll make for good discussion and dialogue. What do you say about that, Amanda?
I agree 100%. Good dialogue, definitely.
Okay, so let's get this party started. Can a good person turn bad? Or can a bad person turn good? Amanda, what say you?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Okay, well, I'm going to say that I believe, anything is possible. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the topic, I'm going to say no. A good person, I'm going to say no to the idea that a good person can turn bad, even though I think that's, that can happen. And I agree that a bad person can turn good. But for this discussion, I'm going to say no. And so you say yes and yes. And
yes.
So you want to talk about that?
Sure. I say that
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's defined bad. And
right.
That's defined good.
Right. Exactly. I think before we delve into this topic, we should first kind of set some idea or criteria for what a good person is and what a bad person could be. So, signs of a good person would be honest, good manners, show kindness and generosity, patient, positive, righteous, meaning, you want to do the right thing when nobody is looking, and of course, show interest in others. And so when we look at the definition of a bad person, I mean, there are just countless things.
I'm sure.
Listed. Some of the signs of a bad person does harm to others, not necessarily, maybe physically, but, just probably doesn't make people feel good. They're corrupt in spirit, nefarious, which is a high level of being evil and vicious. And a bad person can be someone who is rude, mean-spirited, insensitive, spiteful, bossy, and or even controlling. And so, and bad people tend to lack apologies or remorse, or self-centered, and sometimes even exploits others. Mm-hmm. So, with all of that to say about good and bad people, you say that good can go bad and bad can go good?
I think it's easier for good to go bad than it is
Okay.
for bad to go good. Because I think that if a quote unquote bad person exists, I think it's because of their I think it's because of their personal experiences with life, their environment around them. I think that when things have been sour in their life for so long, that they hold on to stuff that they really don't need to hold on to, which keeps them in that air quotes bad person,
Right.
title. So when somebody is good that turns bad, I think it's a little easier for them because they have had such a good scale of life for so long that if the slightest little thing could turn them, bad really quick.
So you're saying then a person who has been good all their life, that it just takes, one slight incident that could, convert them to becoming a bad person?
Not slight.
Okay.
It has to be something that is out of their control. I feel like if a life circumstance happens to them that's out of their control, then they're going to be it could lie dormant for a while, but then after a while it just explodes, and then once it gets to bad, it's like
there's no coming back.
Yeah, no coming back.
So let me ask you this: in your short lifetime, have you
very short?
Have you come across any bad person, in a relationship, a family member, or on the job, someone that you could, clearly say that's a bad person?
Had you caught me about maybe, 5 to 7 years ago, then I would have said yes.
But wait, but the question is, have you met a bad person? Have you experienced a bad person? So it doesn't matter if it's 5, 7 years ago. The question is, have you?
No, it does matter. It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because now I know that a bad person, things have happened to that person that they have allowed it to affect their psyche for so long.
Okay.
I know that you can't, how can I put it? I know that you for a bad person to turn bad, things have had to have happened to them.
Okay.
And it's not really the person, it's the things that have attached themselves to the person.
Yes, but then this stuff starts to manifest itself in their behaviors and the way they treat people, because, as you know,
but are they really a bad person outside of those circumstances?
If you are not happy, then you're not going to be able to make other people happy.
I think you can, to a certain extent, because it depends on that other person's what they choose to make them happy. Some may not require as much as others to be happy.
No, if a person is not happy, then if I'm not happy myself, I may be able to buy you a gift or something that in the moment I could make you happy. But when a person is not happy, Amanda, the notion that they could make you happy consistently over an extended period of time is not happening.
But
they can make you happy in the moment.
The definition of happiness is different.
Okay.
The definition of happiness is just not one definition applying to all.
Okay, that's true. But the kind of happy I'm talking about is happy that's defined by your actions when you do things to demonstrate how, that you care for me, that you want to make sure I feel good, and the
things that make you happy.
Well, that's the idea. I'm saying an unhappy person cannot make another person happy. That's what I'm saying. If I'm unhappy, I maybe in a moment I take you to a restaurant, but when we get to the restaurant, because I'm unhappy, more than likely you're not going to have a good time. Not over a consistent basis.
But if somebody's level of happiness is like, no big deal. We can go to dinner. We don't have to talk. We don't have to, do all this. We could just have dinner, go back home, watch a TV show, go to sleep. It depends on that person's definition of happiness.
All right. So, you know what, though? So we don't go off on a tangent. We're not really talking about happiness. We're just talking about the idea that a bad person will not make you happy. And so the question to you is, have you experienced a bad person? Can you tell us about that?
See, because the word bad is so negative for me. Mm-hmm. I could say I have met some annoying people. I have met some people that I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going back around that person again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I could, say that I have met people where it's like, isn't it tough being that negative all the time? Mm-hmm. So for me to say bad, I would have to say like when you say bad, in my mind I hear bad as Jeffrey Dahmer bad.
No, again, let me give you a bad person. Signs of a bad person: does not care about other people, lacks the willingness to apologize or show any remorse, self-centered behaviors, meaning basically it's all about them, manipulative, controlling, and dishonest in some instances, and even exploit others, like take advantage of people who they might have the event. I mean, that's what we're defining as bad. And
that's that according to that definition. Yes, I have.
And so, have you met any bad people that fall within the?
Yes. That fall within that scope.
Okay.
Without a doubt. That's why I have about a handful of true friends, because many of them have fallen and has done something like that to me. One that you've just read, all of the above. And I just chose to say,
Well, let me ask you this. So you could take one or two of those individuals, or one who might have been the worst of the bunch. Mm-hmm. Do you think that bad person, as we are defining bad to be, can go and become a good person?
No.
Okay. No.
Thinking of that individual.
Okay.
And remembering what they did and what they didn't do, and then what they tried to do once I seen them for who and what they were doing. Nah.
Okay, so now we're talking, because you see, this is what I am talking about.
Yeah.
Of course, in theory, in my mind, you would hope that a bad person can turn good. Yeah, and you want to believe that. You want to believe that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as much as good people are good, right? And you say, no, he would never do that. No,
I can't see him doing that.
She would never do that. You know how people act about their kids. Little Johnny, little Johnny do paint on my wall. Johnny, he would never do that.
Never. He knows better.
By golly, I got the recording on my phone. Little Johnny threw paint on my walls.
Go to the videotape.
Okay. So, because people defend their kids, and their kids is bad as hell.
And they
okay. Know. So with that said, right?
Yeah.
My point is that, bad, as I was saying, let me just finish up the point about good going bad, where sometimes that's hard to believe. That no, he wouldn't do that. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it, Amanda, that you telling me that she did that to you. I've never seen her do that.
I can't see that. I can't see her doing that.
Well, it can happen.
Yeah.
But I believe that. But for sake of this discussion, I'm going to say that as much as I believe bad people can turn good, or vice versa, good people can turn bad. I have not yet seen any person that I would characterize, as being bad, turn good.
Yeah.
It just does not seem to happen. And I have been around people who are significant in my life. I'm not talking about friends, even though there are a few cats that could fall into this area. But, you know, I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, that my father is the type of individual. He's always been controlling.
Okay.
Manipulative to some degree. He was a ladies' man, and he liked to, you know, just kind of put on that air that he, you know. So he knew how to manipulate, you know, scenarios and people, but his thing was controlling, non-negotiable.
Okay.
Like there's nothing. He introduced me to the term that it's his way. He said, it's Rob, it's my way or the highway.
Nice.
That's the first time I heard that term. And I swear, I have never seen my father. He does not get off of the snide.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, he has, like a lot of good attributes in terms of he's intelligent and he loves to share his insight and knowledge. But, in his space, in his apartment, in his dealings with him, he's very controlling, and he can be mean about it. You know, he can be mean about it in like, you know, if you're not aware of what he expects of you.
Right.
And quite often, even as a young man, he used to say things and do things, and I always had a little tear that would come to my eye because I couldn't dare cry in front of my father.
Right,
I mean,
right.
and I'm not saying that I was afraid to cry,
No.
because that's what men want, but I just didn't want him to see what he was doing to me. And that tear always came right there to the
It never dropped.
yeah, it was like right there.
Yeah. When you blinked, it was going down. It was coming
I
out.
can see it. I can see it sparkling, but it never rolled down my face.
Yeah.
But it was like that was a sign of how hurt I had been, that the tear wouldn't even fall.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my father has never changed. And so when you say, well, is he bad? He fits the criteria. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Okay.
he looks out for you, you know, like you can go live with him, but you'll have hell to pay. You know, you'll have hell to pay if you live with him. You know,
I got a place for you to stay.
yeah, he'll co-sign on some things for you. Like he does those kind of things.
Okay.
But it's like, oh, and if he lends you money and you pay him back, okay, he has told me that, Rob, I got dibs on you.
Nice.
You know, because see,
Nice.
if I borrowed any money from him back in the day, I would pay him back. In my mind, I don't owe you
That is paid.
anything.
Right.
But in his mind, because I helped you 5 years ago, I have a say in what house
5
you
years,
buy.
7 months, and 2 weeks ago.
Don't forget 15 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay?
Nice.
And so my father falls into that category.
Okay.
And you know, and people listening to this might say, he's saying his father's bad. He never spanked me. You know, he wasn't abusive. He never touched me inappropriately. But his control, his lack of flexibility.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, it you know, you would have to be me to understand, but I know right from wrong, good from bad.
That's some old school traits too.
Say that again.
I think that's old school traits.
Oh yeah. Well, I was born in
That
the 50s.
generation,
Yeah,
yeah,
and he
that
has that. Yeah, my father still wants to tell me what to do, and I'm like, dude, I'm 65 years old.
Yeah.
You don't tell me what to do. At best, we brothers, friends. I don't need no father.
Right.
You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
So, and then I was married. My first wife. She didn't speak to me when we divorced. We have been divorced for since 2004. She still does not speak to me.
Oh, wow.
She still has those. Her and my father are born in the same month, 3 days apart.
Oh.
Now I don't know if it's personal issues or the astrological sign, but they are the same. You know they say you married your mother. You know they say you married your mother.
Right.
Well, I married my father.
by golly.
That
So
was like,
it is
oh.
in that vein that I say that, yes, I believe that people can change, but I haven't seen the change. And that's why I say no. Even friends of mine that I've had that lied, were prolific tellers of untruth 20 years ago, 30 years ago. They are still prolific tellers of untruth.
Wow.
So that's why I say that, yes, I believe you can go from good to bad or bad to good, but I'm going to say no because I haven't seen it. And then in regard to people going from good to bad, I don't know. I haven't seen that either. I haven't seen that. I've been a good guy all my life, and I don't say that braggingly, because I've been through an enormous amount of colossal issues. Mother dying, I lost a son at infancy. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I grew up in the project.
Right.
I've had some stuff going on.
Some stuff that could have caused you to
go bad. I could have went south from good to bad.
Yeah.
Expeditiously. But, B-U-T, I think I just became even better, even gooder. Not that gooder is a word, but I'm going to use it here because it flows.
It fits.
Yeah, it fits. It flows. So, have you seen anybody go from good to bad? But before you answer that, I need to let a promo in. Okay. So let's step aside, let a promo in. When we come back, Amanda's going to share with us whether or not she has seen somebody go from from good to bad.
Have you read any good books lately? Your host, Robert T. Gardner Jr., also known as Dr. Rob, is the author of 3 great books. In his first book, The Choices We Make, Robert takes a look at relationships to help readers learn how to have a good relationship with themselves before they can have good relationships with others. In his second book, Access Denied, Robert brings an eye-opening perspective about what happens to children and fathers when their relationships with the mothers of their children end on bad terms. Robert explores what he calls child porn, when a parent, usually the mother, uses a child as a weapon to hurt the other parent. Robert provides a Let Go lab in his book to help parents find positive ways to resolve their issues in the best interest of their children. Light Up Your Life is Robert's latest book. Robert writes about the fact that we are all born with a special God-given talent. Even though we are all born with a special talent, most of us miss our true calling. In this book, you will learn how to find your special talent and light up your life so that you can become the person you were born to be and live a more fulfilled, purpose-driven life. Books are available at barnesandnobles.com, amazon.com, and Robert's website, relationshipreadiness.org. Thank you, and back to the show.
All right, welcome back. And so, Amanda, as we were discussing, I posed the question to you, have you in your lifetime experienced a good person, go from good to bad?
I can't say that I have. If they did go from good to bad, I wasn't aware of the bad that they had gone to. They've only showed the good to me. Yeah. So, I really don't have much input on that because like I said, if they had gone bad, I have not seen that part of the bad in them.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me say this. I think we should, just kind of put that out there too, how a good person can go bad and how a bad person could turn good. And so the research on that shows that a person can go from good to bad by, just consistently over time not being appreciated, sustained, prolonged, criticism and condemnation, I guess, from people, in his or her support network, friends, family, people at work. Also, continuously comparing yourself to others, you can see life as really bad, or sometimes people, just get tired of being nice to other people and being taken advantage of.
Right.
And so, their good heart, has not done any good for them. Like, what sense does it make? I'm trying to love everybody. And that's because, let me just say this. Do you believe, I want you to answer this afterwards. I'm just going to, do you believe there's more good in the world or more bad? But before you answer that, let me just finish going down. Going down since we're talking about good and bad here.
Hot topic.
Yes. So, as I was saying, their good heart has not done them any good. You know, people just don't appreciate them, take advantage of them, and have been, downright mean to them. Mm-hmm. Now, in regard to a person going from bad to good, the research says, yes, a bad person can become good. Mm-hmm. And what defines them as bad, whatever it is, if that behavior stops, and if their new behavior is genuine, consistent, then the research says you are only bad if you continue to do bad things. And so it sounds like it's almost easier, even though I think in reality for the bad person, if you're controlling, don't show signs of empathy, sympathy, remorse, you don't apologize, you way down there, down there, in terms of goodness. But it sounds like it's easier to go from bad to good than from good to bad, because you have to first not be appreciated, but be condemned and criticized and comparing yourself to others and feeling life is unfair. I mean, that take a long time.
Yeah.
So, but a person could just say, I'm going to stop all this foolishness. And I'm just going to, I'm going to be less controlling. I'm not manipulating anybody. I mean, those are choices that you can make.
Yeah. And that's what it stems from, the choices that you make.
Right. Even though, that behavior, once that becomes the way you are, you're comfortable there. So that becomes
correct.
Just like being good is so easy for me because I've been good for so damn long. You feel me?
I don't know. You don't know nothing else.
What? You hear me? So, but let's talk about this. Do you believe that there's more good or more bad in the world? Where are you on that? As long as we're talking good or bad.
Honestly, I think that there is more good in the world than bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Because you know why I say that? Because the good is not displayed on media, TV, radio. The bad brings in the audience. The worse you are, the more raunchy, the more ratchet you get a lot of views and a lot of hits and a lot of likes on that. But when somebody comes in with something good and clean, they're like, boring. That's not interesting. Yeah, exactly. That's not interesting. And the media, and even TV, the news stations, they don't want to portray all the good, because if they do, then they're gonna say, all right, people aren't gonna watch. We need the watch. We need the views. Let's put out there that, somebody getting shot and killed every day. Somebody getting shot and killed every day, or somebody getting ran over by a car and then hit and run and they don't stop, and children being killed and murdered. And, they want to put that out there. And I think they put that out there for the purpose so that everyone will be afraid and everyone will be scared. And everybody's like, oh no, I'm not going to help them, because if I help them, then they may come back and retaliate against me. Because
it's working, girl. Because I don't want to go to New York anymore. I see what's happening.
I don't want to go to New York because of the prices on the George Washington Bridge.
Forget that, girl. Because once you cross that bridge, there's no place that's safe.
True.
But when I watch the news, I'm from New York, as you know.
Yeah.
And by golly, I do not miss it one bit. Not only do I not miss it, are you from New York?
No, I'm not from New York.
Then you can't miss it.
But I miss going to New York, and I miss going and just, you know what I mean?
Girl, please, let me tell you, New York is so crazy. The subway, I grew up on the subway.
Yeah.
They are pushing people on the tracks.
Yeah, I know.
About 3-4 months ago, somebody took a bag of poop and smashed it in somebody's face while they was sitting down waiting for the train. Hey. I rode the subway when homeless people would get on singing, and they had their little kids begging for money.
You felt safe with them.
Yeah, exactly.
You felt safe.
I used to sleep on the subway from the North Bronx to Chambers Street, and I was comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I had to get up early to go to work. I found me a little corner seat, had my little suit and tie on, and I would put my head down. Sometimes I might even miss my stop. I slept so comfortably. Now,
I know.
police. I'll get me a fake police badge and a
Fake gun.
a stick. I'm gonna be a toy cop just to get back and forth. So I done had enough. So the news, yes, the news is scary. It's very scary.
And it can paralyze you. It can.
So
paralyze
I'm gonna
you.
say, you know what? As positive as I am, and as good as I feel about life, myself, and all that I do, and I'm surrounded by, you know, there's just a good part of me that believes that there is more bad in the world than there is good. Meanwhile, I've had a good life.
Hear this?
No, let me try to tell you:
What?
domestic
Really?
violence, child abuse, crime.
It's just
Carjacking.
It happened before, but it just wasn't reported.
Well,
It's reported now, and it's being shoved in your face. And this is because you see how we went into what you heard about on the news and what was happening, and you see how where that took us.
yeah, but let me tell
That
you
didn't
this.
take us so good. But I guarantee you, if they really reported the news, okay, the NEWS,
yes,
then that would be. I think it would be neck and neck.
yeah, because
I
the
think it would be neck and
news
neck.
is the blues.
Ugh.
That's what I'm getting. The blues.
Their version
okay?
of
but
what's going on.
But and the reason why I feel like it's not only the violence and the hate and the abuse and the murder and the rape and the crime, but even something as simple as telling the truth causes problems with people, and people will get mad at you. Friendships could end. You can't tell the truth. Okay, this is just and these are the simple, intangible things. You cannot tell the truth. You cannot be honest. All of the things that we are taught to do, you know, to be considered good people, as long as we talk about good to bad, okay? You know, telling the truth, being honest, never lying, and things of that sort. When you tell the truth, it causes problems for you at work. By golly, you better not tell the boss that his or her new program is not working out, especially after they ask you, Robert, what do you think about the new program we just rolled out? Well, sir,
it's awesome.
Yeah. You have to lie because if I say, well, sir, you know, I'm noticing a lot of hiccups in this process, but I've already identified those hiccups and we can fix them. Well, Robert could be out of work. Okay.
Robert could be on filing duty.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't even tell the truth.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't tell the truth. You can't be honest. When you're honest, people's feelings get hurt.
Well, that's because it's okay, because the truth is a slippery slope.
But hold on, before you
Because
say that,
it's
before you say,
your
let me
truth.
just say,
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
just want to say this before you say what you're going to say. I'm just really trying to point out that even the things that are intended to be good are bad. And so when you look
Well,
at
they make it that way.
the behavior.
They make it that way. They put that twist on it.
So go ahead, answer. Say what you're going to say if you remember.
It's a slippery slope because the truth is not really the truth. It's your truth.
Well,
that's where it gets misconstrued. That's what has America turned upside down right now.
Well, no, let me ask you this, okay? Let's just keep it, never mind America. Let's just keep it, you know, here. So
in these four walls.
So, right. So you say, you make a cake and you come over, you know, and you're like, you heard I like chocolate cake, and I do. So you come over and you say, Rob, how'd you like the cake? I say, damn, well, man, you know, it wasn't good. You know, see, I have to lie, but you asked me how was the cake, and I did not like your cake. Now, I'm not being mean about it.
Right.
I'm just
You're being
saying,
truthful.
As long as you asking, can I tell you?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So now.
But that's your truth.
No,
my cake is awesome because it tastes delicious when I eat it.
That's true. But what I'm saying, if you ask me and I don't like it, you should be able to handle that. And that's a real simple version of what happens every day at work, in relationships, in life, that we cannot be truthful. So that's a part of what that contributes to the bad of life that I'm talking about, because you cannot be honest.
You know why that is? Because we're raising a generation of thin-skinned individuals.
Whatever it is.
That can't handle constructive criticism.
Okay.
No, because they're being mean to me. Oh, they're being good. Now, but honey, do you think they may have been just telling you the truth?
Uh-huh.
But then I'm being now the parent's going to be looked at as being on their side. It's somebody's side that you have to be on. It can't just be your truth. It can't be the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
It has to be you either side with them or you side with me. Whose side are you on?
All right. So even look at this. You see a crime, or you see a vicious crime. But snitches get stitches. Well, they used to
then
get
stitches. Then I'm getting me some stitches.
No, they used to get stitches.
Don't do nothing around. Don't rob no bank around me.
Exactly.
And my friends know.
Snitches used to get stitches, but now they get ditches. So
it's
what I'm
reward
saying,
money.
Yeah.
It's reward money, right?
No, ditches. Ditches is a grave.
I don't care about that.
Because I snitched, because you snitched.
I don't care about that.
So my point is, when we
don't
say,
do nothing around me, then.
When we say, because I'm with
Straight
you on
up.
that, but when we say, when you present that question, or I present it, is there more good than bad? I say I believe there's more bad than good, because even the things that are intended to be good turn out to be bad, because the way society, cannot handle the truth, cannot handle somebody standing up for what's right. Yeah, I used to tell my friends, if you're going to pull a caper, you don't want me to be there, because I am not going to jail for anybody.
Because there's going to be a reward for you, and I'm going to get it.
Well, I don't even give a damn about the reward. What I'm saying is, I ain't going to jail for nobody. Okay, so if we get busted,
straight up,
and they offer me,
I'm not going to be accomplice for this. I'm not going down.
They offer me a deal. I'm taking the deal, because I ain't going to jail for nobody. Deal. But so we can't.
I'm down in the precinct, and they asking me questions. Yes, she did it. Yes, she had on a purple shirt with some jeans with some Reeboks.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's her. Yeah, that's me right there. But that's me right there. But you notice I was looking the other way.
I didn't know what she was doing.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for the police, which while that was happening. So my point is, even the part of life that's intended to be good, if you live by that creed, if you tell the truth, if you turn somebody in for perpetrating the worst crime known to mankind, then you are considered like, a bad person.
But then
there's something fundamentally wrong with that, Amanda.
See, me, at the end of the day, I got to be true to myself. I don't give two flying hoots what other people think about me.
Okay.
Think and say what you want, but it's not many people out there like that, like me.
But do you understand what I'm saying about how even the things that are intended to be good, like telling the truth, being honest, looking out for your community, people who perpetrate crimes, that's what family secrets are about.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Well, but no, forget it. Sometimes you just have to say what needs to be said, because if I got to spend 3 days trying to figure out how to say something so that you can, I take that into consideration. Yes, I do. But when you have to tell a person or share something sensitive, they are only going to hear what they want to hear and
Absolutely.
Hear it how.
So that's why you say what you want.
So I say what I need to say, and then I try. Like, in other words, I say to people, sometimes you got to blow up the spot, blow it all up, and then we'll take the time to put it back together. Because if you, I remember, my aunt, and she's a wonderful person. And I had to tell her something that was really hurting me about what was happening between us. And I swear on a stack of Bibles, Qurans, and any other, God-fearing artifact, okay? I swear that I knew she was sensitive. I took the time to choose words and speak softly, but I was really hurting about what was happening between us. And I shared my thoughts with her.
Okay.
And when I finished, she didn't hear a damn thing I said. She started telling the family members that I said this and I said that, which had nothing to do with anything I said. And I took the time. I'm talking about like I was negotiating somebody's life, and all I'm trying to do is tell my aunt who raised me something that she was doing was hurting my feelings and making me uncomfortable.
Okay.
And she did not hear a word I said. So now what I do, I say what I need to say.
Yeah.
And if you should get hurt in the process, I don't want to hurt you. I will fix it. I will recognize.
Right.
But by golly, and I try to be careful. But I need to say what I need to say.
Right.
And so with that said, we are, this topic is so open
broad
that we done went all the way to Mexico and
on our way back.
Yeah, back to the Bahamas with where we going with this. So what do you say just in closing on the subject?
I still do think that good people can turn bad, and it's easier for bad people to go good.
Okay, is there any other thoughts? Or you?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, even after the discussion, I mean, my feelings have not been modified in any way. I really believe that, and this is based on my life experience. I mean, because I said anything is possible.
Right.
You can go from good to bad or bad to good, and we've, explained, the type of things that can lead to either one switching positions. But my life experience has shown me that the people who are bad, they are still bad.
Yeah.
And the people who are good, they are still good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I'm going to say, yes, it can happen, and no, that it does not happen. That's just my take.
Okay.
So you cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
Or can you believe it? Amanda and Dr. Rob agree on something. What do you say to that?
I
say next week we bring back the real Amanda. Where is the real?
She's here.
Where
it was just
is
a
the
topic
real?
that I really couldn't take a stand.
Where is the real Amanda?
One or the other. Oh, I'm still 100% showed up. Here she is.
Has anybody seen the real Amanda? Yeah, I think she.
Oh no!
She gone because this person sitting here agreeing with me.
No way! I'm
not sure what's happening with that.
Listen, they say a broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay.
So then there, you have this is your second point that you get.
All right now. Well, listen, I believe in win-win resolutions, and so if we can agree,
right.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, there you go.
And with that said, I want to thank you once again, my friend, for walking with us, listening to us, riding on your Peloton with us, listening to us in your car or whatever you do and however you listen. Thanks you for stopping by. And with that said, remember, love is an action, not a word, and it is not supposed to hurt. Peace.
As we wrap up this show, I hope this topic helped you to grow. And now you know a little bit more than you knew before. If you have any questions about this topic, please email me at changeagentrtg@gmail.com. See my website, relationshipreadiness.org. To learn more about my counseling, consulting, and educational programs related to life, love, and work. Finally, in the words of the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody he is traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. Until we meet again, do the right thing when nobody is looking. Peace, beloved.